Hi my dear students, now we are going to the chapterized concept. The topic is a pair of straight lines. Now this is a non-homogeneous part. Now the questions depends upon pair of parallel lines and distance between parallel lines. That means the equation represents pair of parallel lines and distance between parallel lines. That's why these are the questions depends upon that concept. Actually ax square plus 2hxy plus by square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. It represents it represents a pair of straight lines. Then delta is equal to 0 and h square greater than or equal to ab, g square greater than or equal to ac, and f square greater than or equal to bc. And if it represents pair of parallel lines, then h square is equal to ab and af square is equal to bg square. Already in previous class, pair of parallel lines theorem was proved. That's why now we are going to the questions depends upon this concept. That means if the equation represents pair of parallel lines, then h square is equal to ab and af square is equal to bg square, and distance between the parallel lines is 2 times of root of g square minus ac by a into a plus b, or 2 times of root of f square minus bc by b into a plus b. Now we are going to the questions. Now the first question, the distance between the pair of lines equation is 2 by root 5, and second option root of 2 by 5, third option root 2 by 5, fourth option 2 by 5. Observe the equation will compare with the ax square plus 2hxy plus by square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. Then observe, if the equation represents pair of parallel lines, then h square is equal to ab. H is the half of the coefficient of xy, that is 3 minus 3. Minus 3 square is 9. A is 9, B is 1. That's why h square is equal to AB. That's why the given equation represents pair of parallel lines. Now we have to identify the distance between the parallel lines. We know the formula for distance between the pair of parallel lines is nothing but 2 times of root of g square minus ac by a into a plus b, or 2 times of root of f square minus bc by b into a plus b. Like that, here this equation, from this equation parameters a is 9 and h is minus 3, b is 1, g is half of the coefficient of x, that is 9, and f is half of the coefficient of y, that is minus 3, and c is equal to 8 constant. Now the formula 2 times of root of g square minus ac by a into a plus b. Now substitute here 81 minus 72. Here that's all. It is 9 and gets cancelled. Then it is 2 by root 5 is nothing but root of 2 by 5. That is in second option. That's all. Now the similar question, similar to previous one. So this is the given equation. Same here also. This equation will comparing with the standard form of the non-homogeneous equation. A is 1, h is root 3, and b is 3. Okay, and g is minus half of the x coefficient minus 3 by 2, and f is minus 3 root 3 by 2, and c is minus 4. Now the distance between the parallel lines 2 times of root of g square minus ac by a into a plus b. First of all, this equation represents a pair of parallel lines since h square is equal to ab. H is root 3, its square is 3, and ab, a into b, 3. That's why h square is equal to ab. That's why the given equation represents pair of parallel lines. That's why distance between the pair of parallel lines 2 times of root of g square minus ac by a into a plus b. That's why 2 times of root of 9 by 4 plus 4 by 1 into 1 plus 3. After simplification, then we get it is 5 by 2. That's why it is fourth option. That's all. Now we are going to the next question. The distance between the pair of lines 8x square minus 24xy plus 18y square minus 6x plus 9y minus 5 is equal to 0. Of course, here also a is 8 and b is 18 and h is minus 12. Now first we have to verify h square is equal to ab. H square minus 12 whole square 144. 8 into 18 144. That's why this equation also represents pair of parallel lines. That's why distance between the pair of parallel lines formula, that is 2 times of root of g square minus ac by a into a plus b. Of course, we have to use another formula 2 times of root of f square minus bc by b into a plus b. Same result will be there. That's why 2 times of root of, substitute here. Then it is 7 by 2 root 13. That's why that is in fourth option. That's all. Now we are going to some more questions depends upon the concept. We are going to the next question depends upon the concept. The question is, so the distance between the parallel lines given by x plus 7y whole square plus 4 root 2 into x plus 7y minus 42 is equal to 0 is the first option minus 4 by 5 and second option 4 root 2 and third option 2 and fourth option that is 10 root 2. Okay, so first option that is 4 by 5, not minus, since distance is never negative. Now let us consider, so from the given equation x plus 7y, here x plus 7y, here x plus 7y. So x plus 7y taken as a small a. Now substitute in place of x plus 7y a, then a square plus 4 root 2a minus 42 is equal to 0. Now we have to find factors for this one. So 42. So 6 is actually 7 into 3, 21. 21 into root 2 into root 2, 21 to 42. That's why 7 root 2 minus 3 root 2 is nothing but 4 root 2. And the product of these two is minus 42. That's why now we have to take common a plus 7 root 2 minus 3 root 3 is common, a plus 7 root 2 is equal to 0. Again we have to take common a plus 7 root 2, then a minus 3 root 2. So a plus 7 root 2 is equal to 0, a minus the 3 root 2 is equal to 0. What is a actually? X plus 7y. That's why x plus 7y plus 7 root 2 is equal to 0. X plus 7y minus 3 root 2 is equal to 0. These two lines represents parallel lines, since these will comparing with a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0, a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. Then we know the distance between the parallel lines formula from the straight lines mod c1 minus c2 by root of a square plus b square. Here this is c1 7 root 2, this is c2 minus 3 root 2. That's why required distance, that is, so c1 minus of minus plus 7 root 2 plus 3 root 2 by root of a square plus b square 1 plus 49. That's why this is 10 root 2 by root 50 is nothing but 5 root 2. That's why here root 2 roots gets cancelled, 10 by 5 is nothing but 2. That's why that is in which option? That is third option. That's all. So that is third option. Now we are going to some more questions depends upon the concept. Now the questions depends upon the same concept. The question is the condition for the equation x square plus lambda plus mu xy plus lambda mu y square plus x plus mu y is equal to 0 to represent pair of parallel lines and the distance between them are. The first option lambda plus mu is equal to 0, second option root of 1 plus mu square. That means first option lambda plus mu is equal to 0, this is the condition, and the distance between them is root of 1 plus mu square. Second option lambda plus mu is equal to 0 comma 1 by root of 1 plus mu square, and third option lambda is equal to mu and root of 1 plus mu square, and fourth option lambda is equal to mu comma 1 by root of 1 plus mu square. Now the condition is, actually condition for that one, h square is equal to ab, one condition, another condition af square is equal to bc square. Now we have to take one of the conditions of the equation represents pair of parallel lines, then af square is equal to bc square, then a is 1, f is mu by 2 whole square, and bg square, b is nothing but lambda mu, g is nothing but 1 by 2 whole square. After simplification then we get mu is equal to lambda. That means lambda is equal to mu, both the parameters equal. Now distance 2 times of root of f square minus bc by b into a plus b, or 2 times of root of g square minus ac by a into a plus b. So one of the forms. Now I have to take 2 times of root of f is m by 2, m square by 4. So c is 0, there is no constant, that's why it is 0. Lambda mu into 1 plus mu. Now here it is mu square by 4. Here it is lambda is equal to mu. Lambda is equal to mu. In place of lambda mu, lambda into mu is nothing but mu square. Here it is 1 plus mu square. Then gets cancelled. So 2 gets cancelled, 1 by mu square. That's why this is, its condition is mu is equal to lambda, distance is 1 by root 1 plus m square. That's why that is fourth option. Fourth option is correct. Now we are going to the next question, that is values of k, so that equation, the given equation represents pair of parallel lines. The first option plus or minus 3, second option plus or minus 4, and this is minus 16 and plus or minus 25. Now conditions, h square is equal to ab. According to that condition, h is half of the xy coefficient, 12 square 144, and h square is equal to ab. So 16L. L is equal to 9. So L is nothing but coefficient of y square, that is b. B is equal to 9. And one more condition, af square is equal to bc square. So 16 into f square. F is half of the coefficient of y, that is minus 6. Minus 6 square is 36. And b g square. B is coefficient of y, that is y square, that is 9. 9 into g square. Coefficient of half of the coefficient of x, that is k by 2. That's why k square by 5. After simplification, k square is equal to 16. That's why k is equal plus or minus 16. So one of the value, that is minus is 16. That's why third option is right answer. Now we are going to another concept. Okay, my dear students. Now we are going to the concept, that is Rhombus Theorem. This is also very important theorem for 7 marks in IP board exam. And more number of questions, objective questions, depends upon this concept. This is the Rhombus Theorem, and also it represents all the four quadrilaterals. It may be parallelogram, it may be square, and it may be rhombus, it may be rectangle, according to the depends upon the conditions. Okay, now first we have to prove this. First observe the statement of this theorem, that is, if the pair of lines ax square plus 2hxy plus by square is equal to 0 and the pair of lines ax square plus 2hxy plus by square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0 form a rhombus, then the condition is h into g square minus f square is equal to a minus b into gf. So you can remind this condition according to the pair of angular bisector. You know that according to the pair of angular bisector condition, what is that? H into x square minus y square is equal to a minus b into xy. Like that, here h into g square minus f square is equal to a minus b into gf. So this is easy to remember, like that pair of angular bisector. Instead of x it is g, instead of y it is f. H into g square minus f square is equal to a minus b into gf. That's why this one is equal to this one. Then the given pair of lines form a rhombus. Now first we have to take the pair of lines. Let the first equation ax square plus 2hxy plus by square is equal to 0 represents a pair of parallel lines. That means represents homogeneous pair of lines. This is a standard form of the homogeneous pair of lines passes through origin. This is taken as S. Another pair of lines, this is non-homogeneous pair of lines. Non-homogeneous pair of lines. Standard form of the non-homogeneous pair of lines, ax square plus 2hxy plus by square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. This is taken as S dash. Okay. The difference of these two is nothing but 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0, taken as S minus S dash. This part, that means this is passes through origin. These two lines represents pair of parallel lines, homogeneous lines, equation 1. And this is not passing through origin, some point is there, alpha comma beta. Some point is there, we have to take p alpha comma beta, that is second pair of lines. The common part of these two is, that means intersection part of, that means this one minus this one is the line 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. So this is the different part from these two. This is the common, this is common, then different part 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. And we know the point of intersection of this pair of lines equation already in previous class discussed. That is hf minus bg by a minus h square, gh minus af by a minus h square. That's why. So point of intersection of first pair of lines, since it is homogeneous equation passes through origin, that's why O0 0. And second pair of lines equation p alpha comma beta, hf minus bg by a minus h square, gh minus af by a minus h square. That's all. Now this is one diagonal, this is one diagonal, it is OP, and this is taken as AB. AB is one diagonal. And for rhombus, diagonals perpendicular to each other. We know that diagonals perpendicular to each other. That's why we have to identify the slopes for the two diagonals. Then the product of the slopes is minus 1. They are perpendicular to each other. Now first we have to find the slope of first diagonal OP. So OP, O origin, P alpha beta. The slope of this one, y2 minus y1 by h2 minus x1. That is beta by alpha. So according to that, it is alpha, it is beta. That's why both the denominator gets cancelled. GH minus AF by HF minus BG taken as M1. Similarly, for this line, this is the second diagonal. That means the different part from these two is the second diagonal. 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. That will comparing with ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Then the slope of the line ax plus by plus c is equal to 0 is minus a by b. That's why minus 2g by minus 2g by 2f. 2 gets cancelled, minus g by f. It is taken as m2. Now for rhombus, condition for rhombus, diagonals perpendicular to each other. That's why m1 m2 is equal to minus 1. Now substitute here. Here minus minus gets cancelled after the cross multiplication. Then we get the condition h into g square minus f square is equal to a minus b into gf is the condition for rhombus. Is the condition for rhombus. Now we are going to the node points. That means from this condition, from this theorem, we have to derive. That means condition for parallelogram, condition for rectangle, condition for square, and condition for rhombus. Now observe, for rhombus, that means adjacent sides not perpendicular. For a rectangle and square, adjacent sides perpendicular. That's why if the equations represents perpendicular lines, that means here these two perpendicular, they definitely angle between them 90, angle between them 90, angle between them 90, angle between them 90. That's why adjacent sides are perpendicular to each other in two cases. The one is that means rectangle, other one is square. In rectangle, diagonals not perpendicular. In square, diagonals perpendicular and adjacent sides perpendicular. In rhombus, diagonals only perpendicular, adjacents not perpendicular. In rectangle, adjacent sides perpendicular, diagonals not perpendicular. In parallelogram, so both are not perpendicular. That's why here these two diagonals. So this is the condition for diagonals perpendicular. If there is equal, then diagonals perpendicular. They are not equal, diagonals not perpendicular. If a plus b is equal to 0, adjacent side perpendicular. A plus b not equal to 0, adjacent sides not perpendicular. Now we have to write the node points on these concepts. So from this theorem, from this diagram, we have to find the conditions. It represents a square, a rectangle, and a rhombus and a parallelogram. Depends upon these conditions. For square, a plus b is equal to 0 and h into g square minus f square is equal to a minus b into gf. That means coefficient of x square plus coefficient of y square is equal to 0, and this condition satisfied, then the given pair of lines form a square. For rectangle, a plus b 0, this is not equal. This is not equal. This is 0. For rhombus, a plus b not equal to 0, since adjacent sides does not perpendicular, and this condition diagonals perpendicular to each other. Now parallelogram, adjacent sides not perpendicular, diagonals not perpendicular. Observe here, for square, adjacent sides perpendicular, diagonals perpendicular. For rectangle, adjacent sides perpendicular, diagonals not perpendicular. For rhombus, adjacent sides not perpendicular, diagonals perpendicular. For parallelogram, adjacent sides not perpendicular and diagonals not perpendicular. That's all. From the diagram, OP and AB represents diagonals. So OP is origin, the line joining origin and point of intersection of non-homogeneous pair of lines, that is P alpha comma beta, and AB is the diagonal. That means difference of these two, s minus s dash is equal to 0. Difference of the pair of lines. Now we are going to the questions on the concept. Especially this question is very, very important for 7 marks in IP board exam. So two processes are there. So in IP board exam we have to do this process, and it is objective process. Now so that the question is, so that the equations 6x square minus 5xy minus 6y square is equal to 0 and 6x square minus 5xy minus 6y square plus x plus 5y minus 1 is equal to 0 form a square. That's our first equation taken as s, second equation s dash, and s minus s dash is equal to diagonal, and point of intersection of first equation 0 0, point of intersection of second equation p alpha beta according to h of minus bg by a minus h square, h of minus bg by a minus h square, gh minus a by a minus h square. So we get 1 by 13 comma 5 by 13, right? Now slope of OP, since we have to find the diagonals, slope of OP, that is 5, and the slope of the line, this is minus a by b form, minus 1 by 5 taken as m1 and m2. The product of slopes minus 1. That's why diagonals perpendicular to each other. So now a plus b, coefficient of x square plus coefficient of y square 0. Then the lines represents perpendicular lines. That's why. So a plus b is equal to 0 and diagonals perpendicular to each other. That's why the given lines form a square. This is the first method in IP method. This IP method is very important for 7 marks in IP board exam. Now second method, objective method. From the given equation we have to find the parameters a, h, b, g, f, c. Now substitute. If a plus b is equal to 0, then there is chance for rectangle and square. And h square is equal h square into g square minus f square is equal to a minus b into gf. It's satisfied. There is square. That's why it is satisfied. 15 is equal to 50. That's why it is form a square. This is objective method. This is IP method. So some more questions depends upon objective method. Okay, my dear students, some more questions depends upon those concepts. Now the question is, the figure formed by the pair of lines given there, 2x square plus 3xy minus 2y square is equal to 0, and 2x square plus 3xy minus 2y square minus 5x plus 15y minus 25 is equal to 0 is first option, parallelogram, second option rhombus, and rectangle and square. Now according to the formula a plus b, so comparing them, a plus b 0 and h into g square minus f square is equal to a minus b into gf. After simplification we get minus 75 is equal to minus 75. That's why this question satisfy the condition a plus b is equal to 0, a plus b is equal to 0, and h into g square minus f square is equal to a minus b into gf 0. Satisfy these two conditions. That's why it form a square. That's why fourth option is correct. Next, the figure formed by the pair of lines 3x square plus 8xy plus 3y square is equal to 0, and 3x square plus 8xy plus 3y square plus 2x minus 2y minus 1 is equal to 0 is a same parallelogram, rhombus, rectangle, square, like that. So same a plus b not equal to 0. That's why this first condition failed, and simplify here. So this condition h into g square minus f square is equal to, that means 0 is equal to 0. That's why this condition okay. That's why adjacent sides not perpendicular, diagonals perpendicular. That's why this question form a rhombus. Second option is correct. Now third question, the pair of lines, straight lines, so form a same square, rhombus, and a parallelogram, rectangle, like that. Now here same, comparing them. So a plus b, 1 plus 2, 3 not equal to 0. That means a plus b not equal to 0, and h into g square minus f square, it is also not satisfied since minus 3 by 8 not equal to 0. This not satisfied. That's why so both the conditions, that means adjacent sides were not perpendicular and diagonals not perpendicular. That's why it is a parallelogram. That's all. So these are the questions, depends upon the concept. The concept is very important. The concept name is that means that is theorem, rhombus theorem. The questions depends upon the rhombus theorem are very important. Okay.